I think it's working. Is it?
I don't know.
I got a notification saying
We're live?
yeah, it's being live streamed. So did you get
Okay.
that? No.
No. Okay,
Hmm.
so how are we talking? Are we even there? Let's just see. Okay, there we are. I can see it. Hello, friends. Welcome. I am Ananda Rose. Thank you for joining me today here on this live stream with the lovely Kirsty Marie. Welcome, Kirsty. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. Thanks for sorting out the tech.
Yes, it's a very interesting one, and we apologize to
Okay,
everybody
is it?
because
I I don't know.
see,
I got
I've got
a
us twice
got a
on now. Hang on a
notification
second.
saying, oh, we're echoing. Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
echoing.
but it's being live streamed. So
Okay,
did you
so
get that? No.
I need to close that down. Okay. Okay. There we are, friends. What can I say? I'm technologically challenged. We haven't done a live stream in ages, and what's happening is that um, it's forgotten things on the computer, that we usually do. It does forgot the brand account, so that's the story. And anything can happen on this show, I'm gonna have to say. So there you go. So welcome again, and welcome, Kirsty. How are you going?
I'm quite well, thank you. Still just waking up a little bit, these colder mornings here
Yeah,
in New
yeah,
Zealand.
that's right. I mean, it's like it's been quite cold. We've gone down to like 3 degrees in the morning in Auckland, and I'm just thinking, oh, I can't get used to that. And winter has is really officially starting from Sunday, right? So
Mm.
yeah, winter starts for us in the southern hemisphere at the June solstice. So there you go. Anyway, friends, why are we here today? Well, we had the urge to do this. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now, and we finally thought, right, okay, let's do it because we haven't done it in ages. So much has been happening in our world. So, Kirsty, what is happening today? Do you have a clue?
Um, sort of.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I kind of do, but I was going to see what's coming up for you,
Okay,
and we'll just play it by ear. Mm.
okay. I love that. So, I know we talked about the solstice. We called this a solstice live event, but what I want to say is in the days leading up to this, I've had more insight into like what's big at the moment, what the focus is for this, what the focus should be, what my focus should be, what my contribution should be. All right, but before we get anywhere, let's start with a karakia, an opening prayer for all of us. It's our morning, and wherever you are in the world, whatever time you are watching this, then it'll be apt for it. So take a moment to breathe, friends. And you know how we breathe? We breathe in through the nose, take the breath all the way to the bottom of the belly, push the belly out, and then bring the breath back up. And pause when the breath is in your torso. If you can hold it there for a few seconds, look into your third eye, which is that spot. And when you really release it through the nose, release it through the mouth, whatever feels right for you. And so here we are. We've got some incense. We're just going to clear out, clear everything, clear our fields, welcoming our teams of light here in this time and space, honoring all of us that are here together today for your part, for what you're doing on Earth, your team of light, what you're enhancing here, what your light and what your energy is bringing in onto the planet in this time and space. Taking a deep breath. Hira makoto wharanakawe te la katakoto wharanachi. Hira makoto ranakawe totoro frahai. And calling in the protection of Archangel Michael and his legions of angels that traverse the universes and the galaxies. Kira makoto wharanaki to koronamake. Protecting our space. Nyakra to wharanaka loktomake te wharano. And zaramakoto to wharanele chikra makoto wharan. Let there be light here, only light. And anything that is intended for darkness, anything that is intended to create blocks in the energy fields, are not wanted, no longer, not ever. For you, for us. Orana ki te makita orana kawa te te wharana kolo te me ki te wharana kawa te te whrea. Karo machia. Taking a breath, friends. Welcoming you. Nak te wharana kai te korona kia ta 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 toko orana kai. And everything that we go through in this little bit of time that we have together. And sari ki te makura mai tutu whahina kara ki chalakara ba tofo. It's apt. The light codes for receptivity have been brought in. And ahirama, with the light language, the light codes for receptivity have been brought in. The veil of illusion gets lifted even more now. So you can understand who you are. So you can realize what you've come to do here. So we can do the same. Now taking a deep breath. Thank you, friends. Welcome into the space. Back here into the space that you're in right now, wherever you are. Thank you. Namaste. Okay, Kirsty.
Mm. So I was just saying to Rose before we went live that when I woke up this morning, I was dreaming about tigers. Um, and it was one of those dreams that's very easy to remember. It doesn't just slip away. Um, and there were these magnificent creatures, and they were in a semi-urban or human habitated area. Um, and it was like so majestic but frightening. And it felt kind of like a warning, but it didn't feel malicious. There was this energy of this real primal energy and like take us seriously. So I thought that was really interesting. And I wonder if you want to just connect into the energy of tiger, maybe and what it means for you, because that might be something quite different. But it's a really powerful energy, right? You know, you think of the raw power of those big cats, the way they move around in the nighttime, just pure, beautiful instinct. I'm sure the tiger doesn't ever get stuck in his head or wonder if it's doing the right thing or the wrong thing. You know, it's that real, like, in the present moment, here I am in this body. And so I'm just going to connect that into what came up for me when I was thinking about doing this live, which was around kind of like the basics of being in a body on a planet right now with all of this change. And I don't know about you, but often for, you know, those of us who feel like we're sensitive, we're intuitive, maybe neurodivergent, often food can be an issue. There's often a lot of sensitivities, struggles with getting enough nutrients from the food, not knowing perhaps quite what to eat, getting confused about what to eat. And I think part of it is almost like can be like a density mismatch, if that makes sense. So it's like we're in this very dense environment and we have to take in these dense sources of nutrition and we have to align with them and assimilate and figure out how to obtain the light from these food sources. It's like we have to calibrate to them. Um, and so, you know, that nourishment is definitely there for us. Mother Earth provides, and it's like we have to attune to that. So I thought we might do a really quick meditation, perhaps with a few acupressure points around receiving that and aligning to it in the way that works for us, because, you know, there's a lot of advice now as well about what the best diet is and what to eat and which supplements to take, and it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. And the truth is that you know and your body knows when you tune in. And just starting with real food is a pretty good starting point. Things that are nature made, not things that processed chemical foods. And from there, we can align with what works. So maybe we'll start by just dropping into the body a little bit more. So it can be really nice to place a hand on the heart. I'm going to hold these specific points, but you can just place hands over the heart, one that way, one that way. And just letting yourself drop into the body. Really reminding yourself that you have chosen to be in this beautiful human body, to be on this earth right now at this time, having this experience and everything that comes with it, including taking care of this physical vessel, experiencing all the sensory joys it has to offer. So as you breathe, see if you can just drop a little bit more into the body. Breathing into this heart space. Noticing your seat if you're sitting, your feet on the ground. And almost feeling heavier. Dropping in and gathering up any scattered pieces of yourself. Drawing them into the here and now. Always connecting to the higher self and the beautiful Mother Earth. And perhaps now you want to shift one hand to the stomach, the belly region, wherever feels good in your digestive area. And just tuning in to your digestive system. Maybe seeing it lit up in a beautiful white or golden light. And sending it some gratitude and love exactly as it is. Even if there are niggles, sensitivities, filling it up with love. And maybe zooming in, coming into the intestine area, and zooming in as if you're looking through a microscope. And just really connecting to the feeling that there are whole worlds inside your digestive system, a whole symbiotic ecosystem. Connecting to the awe and wonder of the incredible complexity of the body, the intelligence, the way it sustains itself, sustains us. And noticing how the system within parallels the universal system without. As above, so below, as without, so within. Dropping into this space and sending love even to the microorganisms. the cells, the atoms, the DNA. Really giving thanks to this beautiful body. And you can keep your eyes closed if you want to, or if you feel guided, you can open your eyes and follow along. I'm just going to tap a few acupoints with some affirmations, which you can feel free to say aloud or internally, or not at all. Follow your own process. So to start with, I'm just going to tap on the beginning of the stomach meridian. This is a well-known tapping point directly below the eyes on the bony part there. Just letting this soothe you, feeling that gentle pressure, connecting to your body's intelligent energy flow, giving thanks for your stomach, and perhaps saying to yourself, it is safe for me to nourish myself. It is safe for me to receive nourishment and to discern what is best for me and this beautiful body. It is safe to receive nourishment from the earth. And breathing here. Mm. And now just shifting your attention to your small intestine. And you can tap on your little finger, which is the beginning of the meridian. The intention is the most important. Or you can tap just in front of your ears. So connecting to the small intestine. Doing all that amazing work absorbing the nutrition that you need. Seeing it lit up. It is safe for me to absorb what I need from my food. It is safe for me to take it in and assimilate it in this beautiful body. It is safe for me to absorb what I need, provided by Mother Earth. It is safe for me to assimilate this in my beautiful body. Seeing the small intestine lit up in its beauty. And then just shifting your focus a little bit further down to the large intestine. How it allows us to release what we no longer need. Creating this cycle, this free-flowing movement of energy. So you could tap on the tip of your pointer finger. Here's the beginning of the meridian. Or you can tap at the end, just next to your nose. Allow yourself to intuit what feels best for you and your body. I am in flow. I release what I no longer need. It is safe to release what I no longer need. And allow it to return to Mother Earth. I don't need to hold on so tight. I can release what I no longer need in perfect harmony and flow with Mother Earth. And just one more time now, returning to your heart center in whatever way feels best to you. Placing a hand here. You could leave one on your stomach. Connecting your heart in your digestive system. Once more, giving gratitude to this whole system. Allowing yourself to receive and release in perfect flow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Mm. Sending over to you, Rose.
Thank you, Kirsty. I loved that. I loved the tapping. It's such an awesome way to clear the vibrational field, isn't it? We were
Yeah,
talking. Go
it's a
on.
good reminder that it's such a simple tool. It's widely known now, and the thing is
Yeah.
just to remember to use it and to remember that you can use it intuitively. You don't have to follow someone else's script or process. So tune
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Mm.
You can write down your own words for your tapping, right? A person can do that and do the tapping yourself. But if you struggle with that, then yeah, encouragement is there are lots of people tapping, on YouTube, and follow it through and try doing one of those because I feel like tapping really shifts things. In our weekly, because we're doing the universal laws workshop at the moment, with a few people. And this week we talked about the law of vibration. And yeah, which basically talks about everything is vibrating at a specific frequency. Everything is in motion, yes, at a specific frequency. So we have vibration, can be low, can be high, but and it's important to be intuitive about that. But one of the things that was suggested in there to clear the vibrational space is tapping. Yeah. And so that's what I encourage people to do. I think tapping can make you feel better so quickly. So today my part was had nothing to do with the tiger or tapping or the digestive system. And I was thinking, well, okay. But what I remembered when you're talking about the tiger was that a couple of weeks ago we went to the zoo and I'm not very excited to go to the zoo because I don't really like seeing animals in captivity, but I do have a grandson and he loves animals at 13 months old and we just wanted him to have the experience of it. And I've got to tell you, the Tigers put on a show for us. Of everyone, the Tigers like crowned it. And they have these bridges going over from one side to the other. And the tiger actually came out. The male tiger came out, into the enclosure so we could see it. But then it did a thing where it turned around, walked back, and went over the bridge. Did its own thing and came back
Mm.
and sat at the middle of the bridge, looking down on us. And it looked like a king, and I thought, wow,
I
looks at
was about to
him.
say it's like observe my majesty.
It was like saying, well,
Wow.
look, bow down. It was like almost had that energy of that vibration of that vibration. Yeah. Friends, today, I really wanted to talk about expansion. Expansion at the moment, because yes, we're at the solstice. And yes, there's a lot of reasons why the solstice, people are saying why the solstice is different, and that's fine. Everyone has a lot to say about a lot of things at the moment. Hence, one of the reasons why I've been quiet on my channel because I've just felt like I just needed to only say something when it was necessary to say, when I really felt intuitively to say that, because I really don't want to don't want to add to the bombardment of information at the moment. That's my feeling. But I feel like leading up to this solstice, we have this amazing stuff going on in our sky that you can see with the naked eye. And and if you haven't noticed it yet, if you haven't seen it yet, then maybe what I say to you today might prompt you looking up at the sky, the night sky in the northwestern sky, because that's where the sun is setting. Anyway, before or just after sunset, you can see Jupiter and Venus. And this week, we've seen the first quarter of the moon with Jupiter and Venus. And they are making this. Jupiter is looking smaller, yet it's the bigger planet, and that's because it's further away. Okay. And Venus is looking like this magical light there, just like I'm here, look at me, but in a beautiful, um, amazing way. Like just a magic, I'm just here. You can look at me, but I'm just here. I'm just being, right? And so I feel like that conjunction was meant to expand us for whatever it means in terms of astrology for us, right? But also that Jupiter is there. And Jupiter, the planet of expansion, has been there. And it's just come to mind. I think on Ananda Rose, I've done a couple of videos about Jupiter and the higher aspect of Jupiter, which is Jumbay. It's like Earth has Gaia, Jupiter has Jumbay, right? Mercury has telephony. So now we have this opportunity to tune into the planet. Now, if you thought you don't want to work with a planet, or how do people work with planet? How can, please, the planet has its higher self to its higher aspect, and you can tune into that. And this is the thing. We tune into God, source, goddess, Lord, universe, source energy, right? But what about that's available to us, that planet as God expansion to offer? And so coming back to Kirsty talking about the digestive system, what about expansion in that aspect? It doesn't have to be, I want to expand myself and do this. Jupiter is the planet of prosperity. You can have all of those things, but what about something as simple as health? Because, health is so important. If your health is not right, you can have all the money in the world. But if you're feeling uncomfortable in your body, what's the point? Right? If you have pain in your body, you know, you know how uncomfortable that can feel if for those of us that experience pain, inflammation, or whatever's going on in the body. So I'm going to encourage you today to tune in to Jumbay, which is the higher aspect of Jupiter, for yourself in your quiet moments, to just sit down and when you're doing your meditation, tune in. And the way to tune in, I encourage at the moment, is to just breathe, look into your third eye, which is there. The easiest way is to have your eyes slightly open and look into the third eye and tune in to source, but tune in, bring in Jumbay into this and say, how will you expand me? Friends, what is your desire? What is your desire for your life? For so long, people are going through stuff that they're forgetting about their dreams and their desire. Your simple life, the simple thing, the best thing that we can give ourselves is good health. Because when you are in good health, that in itself is wealth. Pardon the rhyming, but that's the truth, right? Because good health is so valuable, it's so important, it's so rich, it's so wonderful. Nourishing your body, eating the foods that bring health and vitality to you. And sometimes people are not in that position, but when we start to work with that planet and its higher aspect that can expand us, it will bring immeasurable amounts of expansion to us. But tune in. I encourage you today, try tuning into it. Because if there's anything the world needs right now, is good health. Right? We've gone through something in the last 5, 6 years that has really put health on the line. And all of you know what we're talking about, what I mean by that. If you still believe nothing happened to your health with whatever's gone on in the world in the last 5 to 6 years, I want to say to you, friends, well done. if you're in good health and nothing's happened to your health, then well done. And I'm really pleased that you can have that experience, but there are many that are not. And so, and what will we have? You know, when speaking about nourishment, all our food at the moment seems to be tampered with. Try snapping a carrot and see if you can, you know, the one that you bought at the veggie shop or the supermarket. Even if you eat chicken or if you eat beef, look at the meat and see, does this look like the way it should, like you're used to it? In our meeting last night, the Sacred Circle, we talked about soil, talked about fifth dimension, what soil's going to look like. Because remember, the nutrients in our body are coming from the soil, from the earth. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, these are the expansions that are so important to be looking for. Because what's the point of having all the wealth and not having your health and not having your nourishment and eating food that you're blinded by because you think, oh yeah, I'll go to this place and get the food. Are we consciously thinking about what we put into our body? So I believe consciousness has to come back to, or awareness has to come back to what we take into the body. And if that is what expansion is, if that is what this planet of expansion can bring to us, how much more will it bring to us? I encourage you to put it to the test. And we shouldn't be asking, we shouldn't be doing tests, but I'm just saying, try it. Try it with little things, because I've been doing that in the last 48 hours with little things, and I'm seeing it like, oh, okay, yeah. Understand who you are, creator that you are. Okay. That's my commentary. I want to bring in a light language transmission for all of us in our expansion in this time. Jupiter is going to be in the sign of Cancer until the 30th of June, if you are in New Zealand, if you are in our timeline. Other places, the 29th of June. And in Cancer, I just want to say this, the avatar, the ruler of the sign of Cancer is the moon. You think about the sacred, feminine, divine energy of the moon. Jupiter and Jumbay working with that divine, sacred, feminine energy in this time and space. And then Jupiter moves into Leo. And the avatar for Leo is the sun, depiction of the divine, sacred masculine. And Jupiter working with Leo, what will it bring for you? What will it bring for you? This time working with the sacred feminine, what does the sacred feminine represent? All that motherliness and all that nourishment, and you know, those things related to the sacred feminine and related to the earth, Amagaya, right? Mother Earth. So please take a moment with me, keeping your feet firmly planted on the ground. Taking a breath. Karamakata forana kawete. Keep taking your breath, friends. Just breathing, bringing the breath all the way to the bottom of the belly and bringing it back up to the torso, pausing and looking into your third eye. Activation of that third eye to see better, to know better, to feel better. Activation of the crown chakra. Clearing any blockages around the crown, around the third eye. Moving in, moving down to the altar major. And Saraketifa and Kurama Keteleme to Farana Kawete Teteran, Sekuruma Kete. I'm just going to, I'm holding a crystal in my hand. Sorry if you can hear Baxter barking. You can hear some people outside. This is a Lemurian crystal, a seed crystal. And I'm going to put it on my third eye as we keep breathing. And I'm going to bring in the light codes with the light language. And just imagine that my doing it for me and how it feels for you. And if you feel like you want to hold a crystal and do this, if that's available to you, then please feel free to do that. We're just going over from the third eye, over to the crown chakra, then to the altar major, which is that point where the skull and the spine meet. Nata wharanaka ue te le rara kutuma ki ta wharanaka ue le tutotoranaka o. Hirana we o ia we na tuko wharanaka ue te o. And I'm moving it around my ears. As you can see, I've done it on my third eye, going to the crown chakra, Sakaramaituto, and the altar major. Marakita Wharanaka, and just here, just creating an infinity sign, representing balance. Bringing in the light codes that remove the illusion. Calling in the energy of Jumbay, higher aspect of Jupiter. And bringing that energy down into, from the higher chakras, down into the heart chakra. Connecting the heart, to all the higher chakras, so that you may speak from your heart when you connect to Jupiter for your expansion. Calling in the energy of Jumbay, helping us here to expand, to use this energy that is on offer to us from this big burly planet that is saying, here I am, right here, moving through those aspects, communicating with the divine feminine and communicating with the sacred and divine masculine as I move through the cosmos. But I'm offering myself to you. I'm offering what I have to offer to you, collective on earth, in this time of your transformation. Taking a deep breath. Friends, you have been activated to receive the light codes if you are so willing. That create expansion in your life, working with the energy of Jumbay. As you coming back into your space where you are. Might feel some things on your head, like a little bit of a tingling on the side, or something like in your ear. Maybe you'll feel like you're getting a download. It's like, some ticking sounds. And if you're experiencing this, that's all good, because this is you getting what you need, what you're asking for. I'm encouraging everybody to sit quietly in your own space, in your own time, and connect to the energy of Jumbay. Time for expansion. Star seeds, light workers, light beings. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Namaste. Have a sip of water if that's available for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirsty, for your time. Friends, I've got to say, we have been streaming on Light Language Messenger, not Ananda Rose. Technology. I will put the recording on Ananda Rose as soon as YouTube gives it to us, which is a few hours away. But I've also announced it on Facebook and told people, when I realized that was happening, I realized, oh, we're in Light Language Messenger, not Ananda Rose, but that's okay. That's okay. Before we go, thank you, Kirsty. Before we go, I would just like to say a couple of words here, because a video is coming out about this. We today honor our friend and our colleague, Dr. Darek Rennie. He has done a lot of work with me on Ananda Rose. In the days when it came up, when we first started the channel, we called it the Great Awakening Generator. Still such a good name. I still like that name better. But, and who knows, it might go back to that. You never know if we're allowed to. But Dr. Darek Rennie was a doctor. But he was, you know, ahead of his time in where he was because he was so in tune with source energy and taking the journey to self and awakening. Sadly passed away in the last week, suddenly. It's been a shock to many of us. Those who didn't know him personally and those who did know him personally. I've done a little video and just to honor him because it would not be apt for us to just let that go. It's been instrumental on Ananda Rose or the Great Awakening Generator to bring the truth through, to talk about various things because that's what he always stood for, the truth and the facts. And, you know, there isn't anyone quite like Dr. Darek Rennie. And today I have to say that I think that heaven has taken one of its own out of this space into another space to be more effective and possibly very much so for this transformation process on Earth. So, Darek, we honor you. We believe you can hear us. We believe you're observing from wherever you are. And thank you for everything. Thank you, for being you, for coming to Earth, for your light, for what you did here, for what you're still going to do for Earth, still doing for Earth. So I did need to say this in this live. Yeah. Okay. Did you want to say anything, Kirsty? I know you didn't know Darek personally, but did you want to say anything?
No, I didn't, but I feel the truth in that. And I did hear him speak with you and felt his vibration. And so, yeah, even though I didn't know him, I feel quite emotional. And yeah, it's good to honor him and remember that even though it pains us so much when people leave the physical, they aren't gone. And it is this time of year as well, the Matariki time of year, for remembering those who've left us
Yeah.
in the past year and honoring their light and the ripples they send forth in the world. So yeah, really beautiful. Thank you.
Really beautiful. Thank you, Kirsty. Every time I've thought about Darek and I feel sad, I'd hear him saying to me, Rose, I'm okay. Everything is okay. Because that's what he would say.
Mm.
And he just um it's it's a hard it's I know that this has to happen, but it's tough when people leave Earth because we're all connected with this heart, the greatest light. That love is so intense, right? So, thank you, friends. And for those of you that knew Dr. Darek Rennie, Darek, I send you my love and light. And I hope that you will, in your capacity, find your way to, yeah, connect with Darek. He never called himself a starseed. He never called himself a light worker. He never said any of that about himself. He was Dr. Darek Rennie. Very giving, very loving, such a loving man and so in tune with his divine feminine side. You know, one of the first people in my life that I could see how in tune, how much he loved and how much he just was. He just loved people so much. And I always felt we'd met before. And I could never figure out that, oh, he sounds South African. He must be South African because I'm South African, you know. Did we meet in South Africa? No, we didn't. And so perhaps It's from another lifetime or something. Yeah, or a parallel timeline. Friends, thank you so much for indulging us and thank you for joining us. I don't know, we haven't discussed whether we'll do another live soon, but it was great to do this. And Kirsty, you want to say something before we sign out?
Just, yeah, lovely to be here, lovely to connect and, yeah, reach out to whoever is out there, is aligned. Um, yeah, and I love that feeling of connecting to the planets, the cosmos, and simultaneously remembering that it's all within. Yeah. So
Wonderful.
go well.
Thank you, Kirsty. Love that.
Enjoy the sun if you're in Auckland. The sun's coming out.
Yes, I can see it. I can see it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And we'll catch you next time here on Light Language Messenger and Ananda Rose. Namaste, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.